guys, how are you? So in today's session we are going to talk about group summaries. As we all know that in the field of data science, data analytics, machine learning, deep learning and artificial intelligence, we are going to deal with data sets. And when we are going to deal with data sets, we are going to see that there are you can say like some some similarities in the data. Like if you have a data that you can divide that data into some groups. So to divide the data in some groups, there is a function in pandas which is called as group by. So today we are going to talk about that function in pandas, which is a group by function, and it is very useful in this field because when we are going to deal with data, we have to group the data sets into some by some using some phenomena, by using some criterias. So as we are going to group by group that data sets, we are going to use some operations. But if we are using some operations to perform to group that data, it is very it's very lengthy to do, and it's a very big approach. But due to this pandas group by function, it's going to be very easy in our case. So let's start with this group summaries. So first of all, what is group by function? And in pandas, group by is a powerful and a versatile function in Python. As you all know, pandas is a library of Python. That's why this pandas group by function is, and this group by function is in the pandas library. So this group by function is very powerful and versatile function. It allows you to split your data into separate groups to perform computations for better analysis. So as we are going to do some analysis, if we are going to do some analysis from our data sets, then we are going to use this group by function of pandas library in Python. Next comes like, here I'm going to give you some examples like where we can use this group by function. So let me take an example to elaborate this. Let's say we are trying to analyze the weight of a person in city. Let's say you are living in a city, like you are trying to analyze the weight in your city. So let's say you take weights of all the persons in your city, and just to find the mean of weight, you just get mean all of the weights that you get from your city. So from here you get the mean. But here's a thing, like by gender you can differentiate your mean values. Like the mean values for boys, the mean values for male, and mean values for females can be different. So you just group your data sets into two groups. You divide your data sets into two groups. One is male, another one is female. So on the basis of gender, male and female, you get the mean weight of the persons in your city. After this, you can also think about this, like according to age groups there could be different means. Like the age group for 0 to 5, age group for 5 to 10, age group for 10 to 20, and age group for adolescents, adults and old people. According to their age criteria, their mean could be different. So by applying by when you first divide your data set into gender, then you divide your data sets according to the age. So to perform these operations, group by function of pandas is very useful. So this is all about in this slide. Like we can easily get a fair idea of their weight by determining the mean of all the city dwellers. But here's a question: would the weight be affected by the gender of a person? Of course, yes, because a male average weight of a male could be higher than the average weight of female. We can group the city dwellers into different genders gender groups and calculate their mean weight. This could give us a better insight to into the weight of a person living in the city. But we can probably get an even better picture if we further separate these genders groups into different age groups and then take their mean weight, because a teenage boy's weight could be different from that of an adult mean. So that's all about of this example. Next we go on to like how this group by function will works. Like I'm going to give you a picture of that, how this group by function works in like backend. If we are going to provide this data sets, or you can say the data frame, only the differences in the data set and data frame. The difference is data frame will give you an index, extra index, and in data set you don't have this index. So you just split your data sets into male and female according to the gender, then apply mean on that, and then combine your data sets. So these are operations what perform while you are calculating the mean of the persons in your city on the basis of gender. But these all operations were performed in one by a, in just by one code when you are using group by functions. But if you don't use group by functions, then you have to perform these many operations like one, two, and three. You have to perform three operations to get your mean of male and females in your city. So next comes the functions in group by. Like if you are grouping your data sets, then there are many functions: count number of non-null observations, sum of values, mean of values, median arithmetic median of values, minimum the minimum values of your data sets, maximum values of your data sets. Mode is the similarly same as mode in mathematics. STD is standard deviation, VR is variance. There are many more, but here are some important, and we are going to talk about some of these functions in our coding session. So next comes the about the datasets. The dataset we are going to use in this session is adult salary dataset. This dataset contains the value of persons with their specifications and and specifications and their salary. Like you can say a person marital status is given, a person age is given, a person family members is given, and according to that their salary and according to that their salary is given, like less than 50,000 or greater than 50,000, and maybe no exact number. So this adult salary dataset will be provided to you, and on this dataset we are going to perform these group by functions of pandas library. So first of all, I want to say you this, like when you can get the adult salary dataset from the UCI repository. UCI repository gives you the free dataset, and I will show you how you can download this, or you can just click on this link to go to that dataset. And here are some classes. These classes were also given, but I think I should tell you about these classes, because when you are dealing with datasets, you get a problem like your first row becomes the head. So I think to solve that issue would be grateful for you. So these are the class names which we are going to use in our coding session to provide the header of the datasets, and also I give you a view that how you can download the datasets, or you can click on this link. So first of all, I want to show you the how you can download this dataset. First, you can go on your any of your this engine like Mozilla Firefox, Opera or Google Chrome. Then you just type UCI repository, and UCI, as you can see, welcome to UCI Irvine Machine Learning Repository. We currently maintain 559 data sets as a service to machine learning community. So here we have abundant of data sets to do some machine learning tasks, as we have to do some task and we have to perform some operations. We obviously use some data sets. So this UCI provides free data sets, and we are going to use its adult salary data set. So here you can go and just type adult salary dataset and press enter, and just give me this URL. So yeah, this is the adult dataset, and you can just see here dataset characteristics, multivariant, like you have multivariant characteristics, number of instances, number of rows, area, social, about the characteristics, categorical and integers. Like these are both types of numbers. You have number of attributes, number of columns are 14, date denoted, the date coming this online is the online it is updated is this at this date. This data set is uploaded on UCI repository, and this is the classification type, and it contains missing values, and number of downloads are this. So there are some information you can go through from that, but we are going to download the dataset. So click on download data folder. Here adult names were the same names as I showed to you in my presentation, like the total 14 names of the columns, but we have to download the data set. So click on this adult.data. You are going to download this and just change the file extension from data to CSV in your system to get the comma separated value file in your system. So I'm already downloaded this, so I'm gonna cancel it and let's go to the coding session. So here, first of all, you can see this in Python course, the folder. I make a new folder group by, and here I make a file group by.py Python file. In this, we are going to do our today's coding session on the group by function. So first of all, I'm gonna import this pandas library for doing the group by stuff, and you can see the files here. I have only two files, adultsalary.csv and the group by.py. So I imported the pandas library, and after this, to read this adult salary dataset, you just type adult space salary.csv. But here you have to specify the names, otherwise you're going to see some problems while the when you load the datasets. I think I should show to you. Yes. See this, when you load the datasets and just without providing the name, it will take the first row as the header. It will take first row as header, 30 state government. This is the value of first row, and it will give you as a header. So to resolve this issue, you just have to provide the names. And after this, when you load the datasets, where is it? Yes. So here you see some this question mark. Yes, here is it. Here you see some this question marks values in the this column and rows. There are some question mark values, and these are nothing but the nan values, or you can say none values. So to handling that, you just write this na underscore values is equal to and na underscore values equals to this question mark. But make sure you provide a space, because this question mark is in the value in the this string value, and it contains a space by default. So if you don't provide the space, so it won't convert this question mark into nan value. So you have to provide this space so that we can do further operations to get rid of this nan values. So I have to load this data set, and as you can see, now we have our original header and this. See this, if I don't provide this space, then this nan value won't come and it shows only the question mark. So first of all, get rid of this nan value. Dataset dot drop na function, and by this drop na function, it's going to drop all the rows having the nan values in it. So first of all, see the this number of rows. When I do this, number of rows is get decreased because it has some nan values, and we remove those values. So what is this? Yeah. So after this, we are going to perform this group by operations, and we just type data equals to data set dot group by, and we are going to group by according to this on education. We can use this work class, and it will create a this object of group by. So we don't want this object of group by, we want some value. So we type just this object dot count function, and we just see the number of counts. And here, as you can see, the number of rows and the number of values, you can say like without pay work class having 14 rows, 14 persons, and these are the number of persons, or or you can say the number of rows, and this is the highest number of person in private. Like most of the persons are working in private work class. So next comes like if you want to apply one after the other, or you can say like mm, yes, I'm going to show you this some data setting. Yeah, this is the hours per week that they work. So first of all, I'm going to show you the this column in our data set. So this is the hours per week, and this is the number value, just a numerical values, integers value. So I want some integer column, so that's why I'm going to take this to see to show you the sum operation, sum function of the group by function. So when we are going to do this sum, and we get this according to the number of hours per week, we sum over the we sum up the this persons, number of persons, like 1 hour per week is age 33, and their data is given to you. So if you want to apply two group by in a one operations, like let me show you two group by. So let's say now, first of all, we group by our dataset according to work class. Then we are going to group by our dataset according to hours per week. Then we are going to sum our data. So here you can see according to work class, we group our datasets. We split our datasets, and in federal government, in federal government work class, there is total eight. How much is this? Yes, 8,97,031 hours total work, total hours per week, by combining the total hours of employees. And in local government, there are total 1,11,036 hours of total work. And without pay work class having the least number of work hours per week. So that's how we gonna perform these operations. And after this, let me show you a clear view that why this group by function is more useful, that and how it gonna reduce number of operations, how it gonna reduce our code lines when we are performing some operations. So let me just create some data for you. Data equals to gender and male, male. I'm gonna just make a data set and perform some operations to get the mean height of the person. Like I'm gonna use only make only seven number of persons and find out the mean of their height. And for this, I'm not gonna use this group by functions to show you that how many number of operations we have to do if we are don't use this group by functions. Then at last, I show you that how we can use this group by, and in just one line of code we reduce the number of operations. We just now reduce the number of coding in our this Python file. So heading, sorry. IGHT. Let's say 10, 11, 9, 15, 7. How many is it? It is, yes. Let's say again 9 and 11. So just to show you as I create this data set. So here gender and height. The mean of these male and female. Let me show you the how we can find out this. First of all, we have to make a filter for male data sets, and filter is equal to uh, sorry, I just write wrong side. And yes, M filter series to first to first. So here as you can see we get a series of true and false and true and false. hmm In M filter we have the gender equals to M, and we when we have M, like in our first row we have M, and that's why it's get true, and in second row in second row we have female and it gets to false. So listen, now let me show you the height of these male persons. So df m underscore filter, that's how we're gonna see this. And after this dot we get the mean height of the male person in our data. Next we are going to see the mean of our female data set. F filter equals to df and with this we get the filter. Now we have to, now let me show you the female heights only. Yeah, we got our female heights. Now let me show you the mean values of those female, and here we get the mean values of female. And because I create the fake data, that's why it giving me the wrong answer, that male has lesser male mean height is less than the female mean height, because I just create a fake data, that's why it's showing me the wrong insight. But I've just created this fake data to make you understand. So don't ask me the question here. As you can see, height of male is less than height of female. Mean height of male is less than mean height of female. So it is because of fake data. Combine those answer. df underscore com pd dot okay pd dot data frame, and just we have to provide the data. So gender, our name, and our mean height is okay. Let me save these. Mean male height, female height, male mean height, female mean height, and let me put these height here. Mm, let's shoot this now in this PF combine. So as you can see, by performing these data, so as you can see that it is not the optimal solution and let's say we have a so we have to split our data set to for doing that. So let me show you that how we can do this by using the group by function. So I just show you this, yes, item name, and now let's use the group by function. So where is our data? Yes, where is our data? Yeah. So data dot okay, group by gender dot shift df. This is our data. So here, as you can see, it is just I write a single line of code, and here, as you can see, I get my answer of mean height of female, mean height of male, and don't go on the answer, it's wrong. And here I just write too much line of code, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I write just 6 line of code to get the mean height of male and female here, as you can see. But just by using the group by functions, I just put it on a single line of code. So that's the benefit of group by functions. When we are going to group by functions, it just reduce the number of line of codes, it reduce the complexity while doing the coding, and it is very useful for us. So here we have more things when we talk about group by functions. We can also iterate our group by functions. So let me first create the object of this group by functions for a work class, and I just write data set dot group by work class, and after this, that's all. So I just create the object. You can see the object, it's called w. It is the object of pandas group by function. And to see the groups, what are the groups we made here? So just type group object dot group. Here, as you can see, we have this much of groups, and these are the details of the groups that we have. Now let's iterate. Now let's just iterate this our group by function object. Group by function object. So just write for name group in object work class, and now just print them out. And next is I write wrong. Yes. Now let's try group. and I think it's gonna work pretty much. What's the error? It was showing where it's index y. Let's do this. Yes. Here as you can see, in federal government, it contains 4943 groups. Like, let me show you first the data set. Here as you can see, we have different work class, and in private work class, we have contained the 22,000, yeah, 2,22,086, sorry, 22,286 group. uh, Group means the number of rows, or you can say the number of persons, to 22,286 person, or you can say without pay contains the 14 group or 14 persons. And by just writing this, we can iterate through a group. And we can also just get the information of a group by just typing object name of the group, get group, and just write the group name. So first of all, just open the data set, and I just want the private one. So control plus C and control plus V. Now you can see that it just show the details of a particular group. That means we have private group, and it already have an space in before that, so you have to consider that. So yeah, it shows the all details about the private. So that's all for today's session in this group by function of the pandas library in Python. So just do some more research and development on this. Just try to do some more coding, and try to do some stuff, and use other data sets also by getting the data sets from UCI repository that I will just show you in this session. So thank you, bye bye, take care, keep motivated, and keep learning.